Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's another episode of Cozy Couch Conversations. This week, I have a really, really dear friend of mine here. We want to talk about a little bit of love. We want to have a love conversation, right? I know, obviously, love, naturally, we think romantic love, but there's more to love than just romance. There's brotherhood, there's sisterhood, there's familial love, so on and so forth. So, we're going to call this episode The Love Factor, featuring my brother, Bobby Love.
Bobby Love, thank you for
Yeah.
having me, Xavier.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother. I know we often have like obviously talks about everything under the sun, but it's crazy. Like the other a week or two ago, we were chilling and we just started talking about like what we're gonna talk about today,
Yeah.
and we talked about it in great length. And I was like, dang, wish we had a camera going and a microphone for this. So hopefully we could kind of like duplicate that conversation a little bit, at least the quality of it.
That was a great conversation we had. I'm glad we actually doing this.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Well, I always like to start off with like current events, right? Just how you been, what you've been up to, anything new or pressing on the mind, anything like that.
Honestly, man, I just been staying up, staying prayed up at that, um, working hard and just doing shit with Zaven. Zaven. We gonna have to take a take two. Sorry.
Nah, it's all
I'm
good. We keep
nervous.
rolling. We keep rolling. We keep rolling. So yeah, I know Zayden. And y'all pardon me. I'm a little nasally right now, getting over a New Year's sickness I got out of the blue, but we all good. But yeah, I know you and Zayden. You will touch on that a little bit when we get to the brotherly love aspect, because I know you're big brother for real. So definitely have had a large impact on Zayden's life. But we're two young men, and we've had our fair share of experiences with love.
Hmm.
So I think this is a pretty cool opportunity for us to talk about it a little bit, expand on those experiences that we had.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. The first thing I just want to ask you straight off the bat, man. What's your love life like?
Ah, it definitely a journey. I would say that very much.
Don't sugarcoat it, player. What's
You
that love?
above all, no, huh?
Yeah, what's that love life like,
Um,
man?
I definitely I had beautiful times and times that definitely were hard for sure. The best part about it, bro, it definitely shaped me to the man that I am today. I mean, you get love from your family and everybody else, of course, and that definitely shapes you. But when you take the time to learn somebody and allow somebody to learn you all the way through,
Okay, so
yeah.
what, we have any love interests in our life at this time? I ain't trying to get all up in your business, but I gotta ask.
um,
They probably, whoever they are or are not, they may be tuning in and watching this.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So say what you, hey, say the truth, but say what you feel.
I'll be genuinely honest. I have someone in consideration for sure, but I'm
Mm.
just trying to take things slow when it comes to like sharing my love, because I'm also trying to protect it in ways where I'm just trying to be the better version of myself, especially with love. So like, yeah,
What do you mean by that? Like, especially with love, what does that mean?
because man, when you're giving out love, bro, not that it intentionally can be draining, it could just take a lot out of you when you're dealing with love, especially if you're not all the way figured out necessarily when it comes to like baggage. You feel me? Maybe you had something in the past that probably was detrimental to you that you still haven't fully processed, or just life. Life
Mhm.
be lifing, so it's just like it should never be hard to give out love, of course, but like, things do play into factor too.
Do you
So
feel like you have to be in love with, and we're speaking romantically here,
mm,
do you believe you have to be in love with someone to show them the highest version of love from yourself?
and this was a conversation that I had too recently. Like, I feel as if like two individuals are able to give that where you could be comfortable, where you could be vulnerable, and it's really that easy. You feel me? It's unintentional. Like sometimes, like I said, you're really just trying to protect. Sometimes you're like more so listening rather than talking and stuff because
Mm,
you don't want to give too much opinion. You don't want to do all of that. So you allow it to come to you. And what I mean by that is do what you will with that. I don't know. Like I just feel as if like people put too much expectations as well.
mm.
You feel me when it comes to like love.
What does love, like, what does love mean to you? Or, well,
Mm,
not let me not say it like that. Like, not what does love mean to you, but if you had to define love, is as complex as love is, as indescribable as it is, as intangible as it is, because of course we place all these physical, like you said, expectations,
mm,
right? So for everyone, love looks differently. But if you had to, like, go in the dictionary, and it was the Bobby Love dictionary, right? What is the definition for love?
mm. You know, I high key felt like you was gonna ask me this question too. I just still couldn't think of it because I feel like love is more of a chemical reaction rather than just putting it into words.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like, I feel like maybe what people would say is like, I don't know, the respect, the I don't know,
Yeah, get
just
into it.
like
Get
that
into it.
feeling, that burning sensation that you feel when you see that person, talk to that person, deal with that person. And also too, it doesn't always have to be people. It could be, I don't know, for the love of sports or the love of food or something
Do
like
you
that, you
do
know?
you think that, like, like, I think everyone would agree in a sense of, oh, love, like that burning sensation,
Mm,
that fire, that robust energy you get when you see or smell or think of someone, right?
mm,
But let's be honest, we're humans, right? So feelings are fleeting, right? So what that means is they change, basically.
absolutely.
So it's just like, when you get that new toy, when you get that new system, whatever it is, that new car for the first time, you love it, you feel amazing about it every time you touch it. And then
Mm.
after a few months, after a year, you're like, I need a new car. I need something different, right? So I get, like, that crazy feeling I get
For
inside,
sure,
right?
for sure.
But love is more than that, surely, right? Like, it has to be more than just that feeling. What would you say when that feeling comes and goes, it ebbs and flows?
Mm,
So at those times when the shore pushes away from you,
right.
does the love leave as well, or is it still there?
See, that's what time does. I feel like time is like super valuable, you know, but people got to go through it. You feel me? Sometimes it has to be something that is like reminded. You know, when you you break up with someone probably unexpectedly and it just happens and stuff, but you know you still love that person.
Mhm.
But it's one of those things where like you're gonna let time do its course because you know eventually you're gonna probably see that person or whatever. You know what it does to that person if it's real love. Now, just touching bases on what you said, also like when it's like fleeting and doing its course, you gotta remember when you're in a relationship with somebody and stuff, especially in the beginning, that talking stage, that stage where you're doing things together and it's just full of highs. Like you're not even thinking of lows or anything. How I try to put it, and I told you this before, it's like in English class when they tell you to like build up your, whatever you're talking about and stuff, and then you hit that like top, like you hit that peak. You feel me? And that's when like everything is so like full of it, like just you feel me?
Mhm.
Then you start to realize certain things, and that's when you start hitting like that little slope.
Certain things, like, what do you mean?
Well, I feel like people start to expose who they really are, or maybe they just expose things that like wasn't necessarily there in the beginning. And that's the thing about love, bro. If you really truly love that person, it's not about like adjusting yourself or anything like that. It's more so like how can we come to a solution of like not necessarily getting over this, but how can we accept this or necessarily like move from this? Because not everybody's willing to just put it aside and everything, because that just leads up to all these false things in a relationship, and then that's where resentment grows.
So, like, expectations, um love, in a sense, love should be almost void of expectation, because once those expectations are not met, or there's some type of conflict or a bridge
Mm,
to be gapped, and it's not gapped, then that's where it feels as though the love has left. So then you ask yourself, well, was it even really love, really, or was it just passion? Was
Mm,
it lust? Was it something new, something fresh? And I personally think that's kind of where a big disconnect is, in like today's world,
yeah.
that we've grown up in, like this social media world that we've grown up in, is because we are so addicted. I think that's the word. We're addicted to satisfaction. We're
Mm,
addicted to being able to pull out our phone and release, like you said earlier, chemicals, right? Chemicals is about the chemicals. Science. Science has a place. And when you open your phone and you go to Instagram and you see something that you like, because of course the algorithm is made to be what you like,
yep.
you feel great. You feel satisfaction in that moment, right? So when we tie that back into these relationships, romantic or other, we
Mm,
expect that everything is going to release those endorphins on a high for us. And the time that it does not do that, well, okay, this isn't what I expected for it to be. It's a waste. Let me throw that in the trash can.
right.
Right. So I think a big disconnect these days in our society amongst our peers, is the confusion of lust and passion
Mm.
and instant gratification with what it takes to actually love. Right. So let me ask you this. I lead it up like that to say this. Your parents, who I've known for most of my life, um, how long have they been married?
If I'm correct, it's definitely 20 plus for sure.
20 plus. 20
Yeah,
plus. Okay. 20 plus years of marriage. Do we think that all 20 of those years were at the top of the peak of the mountain?
absolutely not.
Were they all at the climax of passionate emotion?
They showed it in various ways. You feel me? Because I feel like passion do come with the arguments
Mm.
and all of those things. Because you got to remember, bro, in a relationship, you're growing with that person. And this always goes back like it's fine to have expectations because you should have like your significant other on their toes too
For
because
sure.
they have like it's a certain type of discipline, man. Like that discipline kind of comes like with the love naturally. You feel me? Those are one of the natural things that like you just do because you love that person. You want that person to feel like they're cared about, they're thought about. They respect. They're getting the respect that they deserve and all those things and such.
I like what you said right there, though. And this is the first time I actually heard it that way. Um, Love more than anything is a discipline. If
In
you
certain ways, for
to
sure.
sit back and actually think about it, like hearing you say that just now, it did just click for me mentally. Yeah, because again, we try to put these expectations or definitions on what love is for us, but
Hmm.
love, I would say, love is a discipline.
I say it that way mainly because when you have love for like just something, whether it's your work, whether it's like for people it's like food, sometimes it's partying and stuff like that. You feel me? When you love something, bro, it keeps you like in alignment. You feel
Hmm.
me? It keeps you like just disciplined to like get to those tasks and stuff and just hold yourself accountable. You feel me? Nonetheless, those people too, or like whoever you're in a relation with. Um, yeah, that's just how I see it.
Yeah, love genuinely is um it is a discipline. And if I had to equate it to anything, like you say, whether let's say it's sports, for instance, the people, let's say LeBron James, um if LeBron James didn't love the sport of basketball, he couldn't be where he's at right now because he spent over half of his life dedicated to this one thing. Even when the world was shitting on him, even when he felt like he was whatever he may have felt, he still came back punching every single day because that's the love, that's the discipline he's built for this one thing that he genuinely does love. So I think that was a excellent way to put that. So how does, let's say you grew up in a household again with your parents, they've been married for your whole entire life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your whole freaking life.
Mm.
How does that disconnect between your mentality of love between coming across maybe a woman who didn't grow up in that type of a household?
Uh, um, and I'm glad you asked that because
Try speaking to the mic.
in my past relations, especially like towards the end, that was like something that just clicked to me one day.
Are we
Like,
thinking about anything specific, like any specific relationship? You don't have to call out names or
no,
anything like
yeah,
that, but
and when I say this, bro, this was a relationship that definitely shaped me in so many ways for sure. And yeah, it wasn't always perfect. So one thing I did notice towards the end was that yes, she had father probably still around, probably not arm's reach or anything. And mom was a real true hustler. Like, loved her to death. She's like, it's not that she's a hustler. It's just like she can't like just necessarily rely on a man. You feel me? It wasn't her fault. It's not. It's just the way life paved this way, and she got a very good gist of that, and like I could tell like that lives with her. Like, how her mom just like going to work every day and still being able to provide, never asking a man for shit. You feel me? Like,
Hmm.
excuse my language, but I'm just saying like those things paved. It did a lot to her. You feel me?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it reflected onto me how I wanted to be loved.
Mm.
Now, see, me being the man that I come from seeing parents like love on each other and stuff. And again, that's nothing against her because that wasn't her fault.
Right.
But like I still can say that she did everything to show me like love. You feel me? But there was certain things that wouldn't allow her to love me the way I wanted to be loved. And that's where like things could have like possibly like clashed a
So
lot.
like different languages.
Absolutely.
Kind of grew up being taught a different language from the other person, and then when
Mm,
you try to communicate, obviously there's going to be headbutting there.
absolutely.
If you had to think of one of those ways, right, where you're like, there's certain ways that I, as a man, coming from my mentality and my understanding of how it is for a man to receive love,
Yes.
where was one of those situations of a disconnect where you felt that young lady wasn't able to offer you that in terms of like because of her background versus your background?
For me, man, like, I mean, this is just a small situation because I don't want to like get too far into details, but I'll tell you like this quick one. It would be like, because I'm a man. Like, if I see the trash, I'm gonna take out that trash. If I see the dishes is been there for probably a day or two, and I know I'm supposed to be doing the dishes, I'll do it. But on other cases, if you see me like really out of it, you see me like I had a stress day, you know, ask that question like, "Are you okay?" Like
Mm,
I'm not saying that like I have a soft spot, bro, and for my lady, I only want to be soft for my lady. I don't need to argue with you. I don't need to do any of that.
mm,
You feel me? Because I feel like if I start arguing with you, I'm I'm leaving that door open for you to feel like you gotta do this.
mm.
You gotta protect
I
yourself,
like that.
and like I'm
Mm.
not here to ever make you feel like uncomfortable or anything
So
like that.
there's a difference in softness
Mm-hmm.
that ladies may or may not be able to offer based off of what they saw growing up, because the difference, again, to tie it into the situation for you, is you grew up where your father was able to get that level of softness from his wife,
Yeah.
whereas she may have grown up where her mother never she never saw her mother give a man that softness
Yep.
nor receive that. So how could you expect for her to offer that to you when she's never seen it?
And see, that's where I had to put a lot of things into question because, like, again, it was nothing against her. Maybe she just didn't really like notice certain things that she was potentially doing. Because at some point, she definitely like tried to like improve that. You feel me? But like,
Yeah, effort is a lot.
no,
I
yeah.
would say, like, as a man, one thing, like in my own personal experience, because I have a similar experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
These beautiful young ladies out here, they do come up in a background where mom was doing everything, right? Mom was they all that's all they saw.
Yeah.
They never really got an opportunity, or maybe even sometimes they did, but it didn't resonate as strongly, right? So you get into those spaces where, as a man, like, at least for myself, I'm not really asking you for like this. Yo, it's funny. It's really funny. I always say this. I've only been in a few relationships in my life, right? I've
Yep.
only been in a few, but I've maintained the same perspective at the beginning of everything.
Hmm.
I tell women, listen, I get up and I work, right? Like I work, I bust my ass. I work like 60 hours a week, right?
Yeah, we
I
do.
I work like 60 hours a week every single week with the goal in mind of building my future,
Yep.
right? Which would obviously include you. So the last thing, the absolute last thing that I want from my woman, similar to what you said, is to have to be arguing, have to be combative, have to constantly
Ooh,
try to
combative.
eh,
Ooh.
hit a nerve,
Ooh. That
Hit a
was a
nerve.
good one.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
true. That's
Okay,
true.
okay.
I'm sorry. That
But
was
but
true.
just argumentative, to be combative, to at sometimes be so stubborn to the point where some ladies, every woman, she thinks she's a princess. Every woman does. And listen, I
She is
appreciate,
the queen, man.
I appreciate that, but I
I
encourage,
understand.
women to just, I'm gonna paint this picture. Okay, in the time where there were kings, queens, princesses, and duchesses and princes, right?
Okay.
In all of the land, how many princesses were there actually? You can't all be princesses, okay? You can't, right? Sometimes you got to get it out the mud.
Yeah.
You're going to have to build this up with somebody. You cannot expect for every man to approach you and just roll out the red carpet because you're the princess of York. Like, you're not.
Right.
When respectfully, not every man is the duke, right? Respectfully, no, we're not all kings. There's one king of the land.
Yeah.
There was one, right? But what you can do, just as so many other people during those time frames did, was you can still come together and you can still build a beautiful life together with understanding the similarities and the differences that you both share.
Absolutely.
So I think right now where we're at a point where, and this is just my opinion from my own experience, but obviously from social media as well, where there is a big divide where it seems like men are kind of grasping that mentality of like, listen, I know it's going to take work for me in my own life, but for us as well. Whereas a lot of women are just kind of like, no, this is what I need. This is what I want. And it's either going to be this or the highway.
And they serious about it.
They are.
I'm gonna be honest. Men just be out here wanting a bit of love, just like actually wanting to get down and serious with a woman and
So
stuff.
talk about it, man. What, as a man, right?
Yeah.
What do you actually want from a woman?
I don't I don't want to get complacent. That's not what I'm asking for. I don't want to get like super comfortable where we're not experiencing life together. You feel me? Yes, like 8 hours in a day, you probably got work. Another 8 hours, you probably got to invest into like family and stuff like that. And the other is the time for like your significant other or whatever the case is. I like keeping things simple, bro. Like we don't need to be like necessarily, I don't know, like you go on social media and you see all these things that other people's doing. Let's stop comparing ourselves and actually talk about the things we want to do. You feel me?
Mm,
Let's have that communication with each other. Going back to like, sorry to like, because I want to go back to this, the
mhm,
expectations again. Like communication is everything.
mm.
Everything. If there's one thought in your head that you haven't relayed the message to your significant other, you're leaving that room of like a whole bunch of confusion and a whole bunch of just like all over the place. Nonetheless, I mean, you put it in perspective. Do you think that would be healthy in a household if
Right.
you with your lady?
You feel how you feel, but nobody's expressing anything. So how would you expect for anything to
Y'all
get
just
done?
gonna be walking around as if y'all ghosts. Like y'all just walking around, and I know what that felt like, bro. Like there was times where I was depressed, where I was all over the place, but I was still showing up. I was coming home, you know, with kisses, hugs. Like, damn, I miss you, like baby. And sorry, I'm like twisting up my words, but it's
Mhm.
just like,
So communication is key, but comprehension is where
mm,
I think things get lost because you can over communicate things to a maximum degree, but if someone is not open to comprehending and receiving that,
mm,
can I mean, can
can
you
it get
do
somewhere?
can you go somewhere with that? Like what can you actually do with that?
I love that you brought that up, because that's like that piece that like is very detrimental. Like you could relay the message, but do you really understand how I'm feeling about this?
Do
Or
you
like,
care how I feel about
yeah.
this?
And another thing too, a lot of the times when you bring up those conversations, bro, I noticed that that person gets so offended to the point where it leads up to an argument because now that combativeness, like you're like you're coming for each other. So it's just like,
Where
yeah,
okay, where let's break that down then, right? They get folks not there because this applies to men and women,
yeah,
but men and women, right? Folks often get the feeling of being offended when you tell them about themselves.
mm.
Why, right?
You
And,
would just expect that person would know that they could vouch for like your opinion when you're telling them something
but
that's
that's not
serious.
always it sometimes, right? Because
Right.
it does go back into that mentality of like, so everyone thinks he's the king.
Mm.
All the women think they're the princess or the queen. You can't. Yeah, I watch Game of Thrones. Yo, you try to tell the king about himself, it's off with your head. You try to tell the queen about herself, yo, it's over for you. You're exiled, right?
Yeah.
So with that mentality that everyone has, that I'm my don't stink, right? You coming to tell me about myself? Who do you think you are,
Mm.
right? And I think like that is like the languages where going back to the root of it, how people are brought up. I
Mm.
think sometimes like we don't take the time to sit with each other to break down our upbringings and then to see how that has molded us into who we are, and
Mm.
then we can then make a decision at that point. All right, do I want to evolve as a person beyond that, which then opens the door for love,
Mm.
right? But if someone is not willing to see that, or they're not willing to step above that, there's the door for love can never be opened.
Absolutely. And that, bro, that's the scary part about love, is just because someone could be feeling something, bro, and again, they probably wouldn't communicate that just because they know they're probably gonna end up in an argument and stuff like that.
Let me
So
Bobby, let me ask you something.
yeah,
Let me ask you something real quick. Okay.
talk to me.
So like the conversation that we had the other night, and I kind of want to hopefully we can reiterate that a little bit,
Mm.
because I think we both articulated ourselves extremely well. Um, Expectations. Let's sit on expectations. Okay. Um, what do you expect from a woman in your relationship? And I'm talking like at its highest form, where this is gonna be wifey. We're gonna have kids. We're gonna be together forever until death does us part.
Mm.
What are your expectations?
I feel like for me, it's love on me, communicate with me, respect me, and I feel like those are the like main components that I care about the most. And like I emphasize on the communication part very much because I know what it's like to really miss out on the communication and what it does like to anybody that you love in general.
When you say respect, how can someone show their respect for you?
Um well, when you're talking about things that are like serious or just like you just would expect that person to care on the things that you care on very much, that you love and stuff like that. Like for me, like quick example, the things that I love when it comes to like Iron Angels and just spending time and being reliable with my peers, family, and everything. I noticed how much like that person didn't love on the things that I love
Mm,
very much. You feel me? So like I started necessarily pushing a lot of people away. Started not really putting the time into the things that I once really loved. You feel me? And yeah, it was just more of the fact that that person took me as a joke at some point.
wow.
You feel me?
Okay.
Just because I actually wanted to make things like happen, and they saw it as like a waste of time and things of such. And I'm the person to always invest into like making sure that person feels like whatever they want to do in their life, it's obtainable, it's in plenty because you got my support 1000, and even if you don't have the full on support, you got me.
Right.
You ain't
So
never got to question that.
I mean, very simply, it's less about what someone is necessarily doing for you. It's more so about how they make you feel.
Absolutely. I just want to feel the confidence all the time that I'm giving you to know that, like, as my woman, you ain't never got to worry about, like, me doing this and this and that.
Right.
Like, don't get it twisted, bro. I fell short plenty of times, like, because of, yeah, maybe it was like old ways and just being a little boy, but also, too, like, I had a lot in my relationship that didn't, like, maybe it wasn't fulfilling me in the ways that I wanted to. And it wasn't about like sex and all that stuff, because those are the things that like you guys naturally do. You feel me? But it's just like all those things on a multitude. Like it just,
Too many things to nuance into.
yeah, I slipped up and it's not that I cheated on it. It's more so like just, you over here liking pictures on Instagram and shit. You probably following people you don't even know. And
Do you want to
like,
touch on that real quick? We can. I would like to actually. So like,
man,
yo,
I'll
what's
tell you this. I
how,
want to do it
no, but how
in
you feel?
today's.
All right. Listen. How old are you, bro?
I was a jit.
No, how old are you right now? How old are you right now?
I'm 28.
You're 28. I'm 29, right? All right. At this big grown folk age, right?
Yeah.
We all got Instagram.
Yeah.
Everybody got
Oh
Instagram.
yeah. Everybody got it.
So
Everybody got
what? How do you feel about a girl hitting your line about you liking other pictures on Instagram?
it. Get over it because it is art. We are having fun on Instagram. It is not anything serious. If it's serious, you'll know.
All right, wait, okay. So you say that to her, then she says, "Oh, but
Oh my god.
you got it. But you have to like the bikini picture. You have to like the one of her with her ass
But that's
out.
valid, bro. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. Imagine a man got he in the speedo. He probably a confident man down there, just over there
She tweaking.
posing, and
Oh,
she
she
over there,
tweaking.
ooh,
No, what
and
she
then
doing is tweaking.
commenting, and probably even in the chat
All
with the
right,
ladies and shit. You
okay,
feel
I'll
me?
give you that.
You,
What now? Now, what about
ooh, I
the
got
fact
some of
that?
that.
Now, what about the fact that? Okay, respectfully, right? Your woman don't want you over here double tapping ass on Instagram. I get it.
Facts.
I respect it for sure.
If that's what she asking, cause there's other women
But
who really don't care,
but
bro.
if I go to my lady's Instagram
Mm.
and she got ass on the gram, is there not a conflict here? Do we not? I mean, what's going? I can't double tap some other ass, but everyone's double tapping my girl's ass. That's okay. I'm
I'm
just.
not. I'm not gonna front. You might have got because at first I was gonna tell you like, come on, bro. The ladies gonna do what the ladies do. You feel me? Other than when there's a man involved, then we got a problem. But yeah, that is a bit of a.
What Kanye said. Instagram got your bitch. Instagram got you.
Instagram got your bitch, bro.
She gonna do it for the gram before she do it for you. Instagram got your bitch.
Oh yeah.
If you
If
didn't
you
know your girl was posting until you went to Instagram, Instagram got your bitch.
and if you didn't get the picture first,
Instagram got your okay. All right. Kanye is very seldomly wrong. Just my opinion. He's just early to everything. But okay, so like these are some of the little nuances of a relationship these days because we do live in the social media era. So,
mm,
you're gonna have, and this is what I mean by I don't want to be like I work in sales, dog. I deal with resistance all day, every day. All I do all day is lessen resistance to try to get to a goal on something.
mm.
So the last thing I need in the midst of that is my girl blowing up my phone about what I double tapped on Instagram. Let's be honest, guys. There's bigger fish to fry. All
I
right.
just certain women just want to be respected in a way because they care about what the public views on them in their relationship. My relationship was based on that a lot of the times because, like, in my opinion, we were both hot commodity. Yeah, in my opinion, bro, you gotta understand, like, we're both attractive people. People are gonna be people, but it's all about how you react and how
Do
you
you think
know,
we overinflate our importance? Are we actually
possibly,
are we
yeah,
actually as
possibly.
important as we all think to ourselves? Like, bro, I don't I don't care what you think about me, dog.
Yeah.
I
I
don't care.
quickly realized that.
I do not care, bro. Like I'm gonna do what I gotta do regardless because this was my mission ordained. Like that's just what it is, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. Oh, we're a hot commodity, so we gotta post a certain way. We gotta act a certain way, bro.
That's literally how it was at some point,
If you
bro.
was on your deathbed right now and you needed something or something from somebody,
Ugh.
would one of these motherfuckers just excuse my language? Would one of these people, if you were on your deathbed right now, God forbid, right? And all these people that are double tapping your Instagram that you think are so important to your way of life,
Mm.
would any of these people be there to see you through? Like, would they do anything for you? If you couldn't pay your rent, would they pay your rent for you? If you were starving and couldn't eat, would they feed you? So why do I give a damn about an Instagram like?
It's not real.
It's not.
It's not real. It's not
So
real.
let's get back to the basics and let's love on each other in the real world. And what does that really look like to us in the real world? And I asked you like, what do you need from a woman that makes you totally content? You said for her to love on you, show you affection, to be soft with you,
Mm.
for her to respect you as a man. And I want to expand on that myself. In my perspective, what it means to respect your man, right? Um, have you ever dealt with a girl or woman, excuse me, and let's say you're giving her some type of corrective guidance,
Mm.
whether she has a goal for something, whatever it might be, but you're giving her some form of corrective guidance on that,
She's coming to you for something.
right? And have you ever had a woman respond to you and say, "You're not my father.
Mm.
You're not my dad"?
You're not my dad.
Have you ever had anything like that before?
Absolutely. because
Okay.
I mean, if I may chime in
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that, when they do that, it's mainly because they don't respect what you do in your life and what you put your time towards and stuff like that. I'm
100%.
gonna be honest with you because like even if my points were valid, it wasn't respected
Mm.
because they never like
They don't
apps
find the
like
value in it.
not nothing like it's just like what is these words, you feel me?
Right. There's no
You not
value.
God, you not my dad, you not nothing, like
Right.
you feel me, but you still here with me, so I really don't
And
understand it.
I got two perspectives on that. Perspective number one is I ain't trying to be your daddy. Because if I was your daddy, you wouldn't be like this.
I don't need
But
you to be my mama.
you feel me? I'm not trying to be your father, but just as I don't want you to be my mom, you don't want me to be your dad. We have to understand these dynamics,
Mm,
and really break it down on a truthful level. What do you expect of your mom? You expect your mom to, when you scrape your knee, mom is gonna be there to clean up your boo boo, right? Yo, when you first get your heart broken, mom is gonna be there to caress you and to hold you, right?
yeah.
Okay. With dad, what do I expect from dad? I expect for dad to make sure that the lights are on, right? Dad's gonna make sure the lights are on. Dad's gonna make sure I get disciplined.
Mm,
Dad's gonna make sure I got structure in my life, right? When you have a relationship with someone, as a man, what do you expect from your woman? Baby, I had the worst day ever. I feel like crying. I need you to hold me. Yo, gangster thug, tough ass, don't you? I can't even get no love from you because you can't be soft,
I don't
right?
want to be touched
I
right
you
now.
you don't
Nah,
want to
nah,
be soft,
nah.
so
You,
then it's
and then
like,
you find yourself having to take it outside and go smoke a nice joint and just be
you
there.
know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I don't expect you to be my mom, but I need you to nurture me. I need that level of affection from you because I can't get that from anywhere else in the world.
Man.
Anywhere else. And I'm not your daddy, but what do you expect? When we step outside this house, you expect that I'm going to protect you. If something ever happens, I'm going to be the first person you look to for protection. If
Hmm.
you have something that you don't know, that you want to learn, something that you want to do, you're going to expect that me as a man, I'm able to help facilitate that and
Yeah.
steer that and guide that, right?
Right.
So, no, I'm not your dad. I am not. But maybe you should respect me as if I am. And maybe I'd respect you as if you're my mother.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, we are trying to be mom and dad, right? We got to play our roles. So that's my main perspective on that. My other perspective on that is genuinely like, I think a lot of people just do stuff just to do it,
Facts.
and they don't really like have a purpose behind it. They just really go on with the flow,
Hmm.
and that's how situationships happen.
Hmm.
Like I'll say for myself, right? As an adult, I've only been in 3 serious relationships as an adult.
Okay.
All 3 of those relationships were not women that I initially pursued, they pursued me. Which means that like
Mm.
the only reason that we actually were in a relationship is because they told me they wanted to be in a relationship with me.
Facts.
That's absolutely the only reason, right? And so as time goes on, I get the realization that people just be doing stuff. Like your intention wasn't, let me get to know this amazing man, let me
Mm.
grow with him. It was just like, yo, he's a good looking guy.
Do you feel
What can I
like
get from
you?
him?
Do you feel like you like would invest yourself in it whenever it would come at you?
I mean, that's the only reason guy like basically agreed to be in a relationship with these people,
Mm.
because I'm like, all right, listen, like I've always been a very sentimental guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So nothing with me is ever just the surface. Nothing with me is ever just you look nice and
Mm.
I look nice, so we belong together. Like, nah, yo, I'm trying to really understand you, figure out the Rubik's cube. You feel
Right.
me? And put this together. But I feel like a lot of people, they don't have that mentality. It's more so this, and this is largely the social media era where aesthetically this looks like it's cool, so
Mm.
that's all it needs to be.
Mm.
And so what happens is there's a disconnect where one or other of the parties in this relationship, they want more from it. They require something deeper. They require us to tear our wounds back open, to go into them and heal them from the inside out.
Right.
And it seems like we're at a point, and I'm speaking from a man's perspective, a lot of women don't want to do that.
They want you to be already figured out. They want you to be already figured out. No baggage, no nothing. Also, bread it up because they want, like most of these women, bro. They want to be housewives and all that stuff, but in reality, they ain't never put that type of work in to know what it is to be a housewife and all those things and such.
Mm.
Like,
You don't even
man,
like you don't even like to cook. Talk about you want to be a housewife.
like,
You don't even like
come
to
on,
cook.
baby. Just because you made me some top ramen with a little,
You know what I'm saying? Like you
I,
want
man, I
so
need
or
arroz gandules with bistec and all that. Yeah.
yeah. So let me ask you this then, because I mean I think we could both agree like some expectations are just unrealistic,
Yeah.
right? How do you feel about that topic though? That topic of oh you not a man
Mm.
if you ain't paying for everything. If you're not covering the rent, if you ain't feeding me, if you ain't taking me on vacation and buying me clothes and buying me bags, if you're not constantly coming with gifts 25-8, you're not a real man. And I don't know who was the first person to say that. We should go back in time and sew their mouth shut. But how do you feel about a woman saying, if you're not a provider, you're not a real man?
Look, bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I literally watched my father make it easy for her to raise her kids. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So if mom wants a bag, we're gonna figure out that way to get her that bag that she wants.
Okay.
You feel me? Now, she never expected those things. Yes, she would talk about it. Yes, she would like just, it's just what it is.
She
Like
would
she
like
sees
it.
something, she likes it.
Right.
But nonetheless, like my mom also just thought of like the things we need. But like, yeah, my parents do love a little bit of luxury and all that good stuff and everything. But one thing he never did was like he always made it known like we don't need it right now, but I got you. You feel me? Like he kept that in mind. That it's about that mindfulness, you feel me? It's about like always thinking about your partner before you do something. And like that was I'm gonna be honest with you, other than my parents, my my 6 year, 7 year relationship, that was one thing that I could say that taught me, like for sure, like a lot.
Like
It
what? Like which
it
part?
resonated with like just being mindful on like keeping things in mind of the things that she wants and stuff like that. You feel me? And understanding that like is also in deserving too. Like if she's doing things for you and just like it's without asking and all those things and such, like she's really like holding you down in so many ways, like giving you that back rub or asking you those questions and stuff. Bro, I seen all of that with my parents, so it's just like
Mhm.
yeah,
Right. So
like
okay. So a man's language, like you said, is more so how you make him feel. A woman's language, in a lot of cases, it is of course how you make them feel, but it's
mm,
also seems to be more so about maybe what you can do for them in their life.
right.
So
I
there's
mean, yes, but again, people just want to be loved too, bro. Like I
well,
don't
but
know.
love looks different, right? Because
Yeah.
like you or me, right? Like I don't need you to do nothing but make me feel like I'm the king of the world,
Right, right,
right?
right,
I
right.
don't need you to do nothing but make me feel like, baby, I got you through the thing, whatever, right?
Simpler man.
Very simple, very simple. A lot of ladies, they need to see from jump.
Mm,
I need that coin to be spent. I need that dollar dropped from the jump. And sometimes, in some cases, our women don't respect reality.
mm.
Like we all have our imaginations, we all have our fantasies, but we do have to live within reality, right? Like I'll ask you this. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you had to guess, right, how much does the average man in America make per year?
Arguably between, let's just say 50 to, no, I'm over exaggerating. Maybe like between 45 and up.
About so at least 45,000 the average
Yeah.
man makes.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's just say you do have a couple, you guys are together for a year. Let's very simple. We all like to eat food.
Hmm.
How much do you think it costs to feed a couple of two on average per month?
With drinks.
Just whatever, however y'all like to grub.
All right. I mean, during the week, not every day you trying to cook. We're going to go to Chipotle. What? Chipotle for two is between like 25, $30 if
Mhm.
you get large chips and a drink. You feel me?
Yeah.
Maybe some guac. But on the weekends, you're gonna take you and your fine lady down to Tori Tori. You might go to the Modern, get goodies. Tab is easily gonna be at least like, if it's a good night and the drinks is flowing, easy like 180, 200. You feel me?
200 for a
But
night.
y'all not stopping there, twin.
Yeah.
Y'all going down to Mills. Y'all gonna hit one of those bars to get another drink till y'all get to that.
So if you had to put a dollar amount on a monthly basis about how much it costs you and your significant other to eat food for a month,
Mm.
how much? Just throw a number out there.
Around that time, I would just I'm going back to what my relationship was. Shit. Um, I'm definitely spending between like 200, maybe like 350.
A night?
Ooh,
We're talking about a month.
in a month.
In a whole month.
She's twin. I used
Take it
to.
too long.
I,
Look,
I say
man.
I say about like 3,000 or like two
Oh, you
thousand.
bugging out. Yo.
I was bugging out, but I was
God.
living a different lifestyle too because like I was making
But
I
you
was
better, man,
making good money. I was
get,
in a good position
man,
around
you
that
better get
time,
them
man.
groceries and have, hey, baby. Hey, listen, you hit the kitchen,
You
I'll get a
said in a
grill.
month,
I'll
bro.
get a grill. I'll get
Every
myself a grill.
weekend.
I feel you, bro. All right. You got it, right?
Put it in
The reason
perspective.
I asked you that, leading back into what we just, the topic we were on in terms of a lot of women's expectation of a man dropping that coin, right?
Mm,
If you're not paying for absolutely everything and facilitating her entire life right now from the very beginning of everything, you're not a man. The average man in America makes about $48,000 a year,
mm,
statistically. That's right. 350 million people in America. Of that, the men in it average right under 50K.
right.
Okay. For the average couple of two per month, it costs give or take about $1,000 a month to eat. That's 12,000 in a year. Right. So of that man's $48,000, 12,000 has already gone to just eating. So now
Hmm.
he has 36,000. But you got to have a place to live. So let's say you guys did get together and you have a house and you have a mortgage. The average mortgage is $2,000. That's $24,000
Hmm.
in a year, right? So I take that $24,000, I add that $12,000. That's that man's entire salary. He now no longer, and this is before taxes. So if we, and this is what I mean by we can live in la la land all we want to, or we can choose to live in this reality and turn this reality into our la la land, right? Because you can't do that. I
Yeah.
do believe that things can become something, but first we have to be at the same meeting point,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So like financially, the things that a lot of women in our age group are even asking for don't make sense. And it's not me saying, I mean, me personally, blessed to say, I mean more than that,
Hmm.
right? But even still, it's
The
not
more you
enough.
make, the more you will spend.
And
It
I'm
all
single.
up.
So
Gotta
like,
be disciplined, big buck.
but it's not even about discipline. It's simply about the fact that numbers make sense and those numbers don't add up. So
Hmm.
at some point, as a people, as a community, we have to come together and bridge this gap of misunderstanding and I would say like honestly stupid expectations, bro. Because it seems like now we've turned love into a financial equation.
Yeah, it's definitely a transaction nowadays in the dating world for sure. If you again, if you're not coming with it, and you're coming with all these other baggages that don't apply to them, believe it, they're walking out.
So where do we think like I mean, yeah, we could say social media, but
Hmm.
where do we really think that that disconnect kind of stems from in a sense of why do so many folks today think that love is a transactional thing?
Look in today's world, bro. I mean, it's just it's what everyone is pushing. You feel me? Everybody wants that luxurious life where they're traveling, where they're, buying the clothes that they want. And again, you go on social media, you're comparing your life to what others are doing. So then you put all these expectations like I'm pretty, I'm all these things, or like I'm a good looking dude, I'm this and that. Why don't I have this?
Mm.
Well, what have you done to even get
Mm.
to that? Like,
What have you
like
done?
you people have all these expectations as of that it needs to just come to me just because I'm all these things, but you could be the prettiest man in the world. You could be the prettiest girl in the world. That don't mean that you just deserve it just because of those things. You actually have to go seek it. You gotta. Sometimes they do come to you, and that's a blessing. That's
For
God
sure.
on your side. But I'm just saying, you gotta do the work. You gotta
Gotta do
get
the work.
yourself out there. You gotta put something in your arsenal where, like, this is why I'm in deserving it all. You
You
feel me?
have to be worthy of what you're asking for.
Absolutely.
100%. And I would even say like even for myself or even for yourself like pretty good looking dudes. You feel me? Nice looking young men. But at the same time, if we don't get up and actually like make something, we not just gonna get nothing. Just be, oh, you're tall and black and you're
Right.
handsome. Yeah, here's the freaking world on a platter. Like,
It's
nah,
like
it's
when they say you're 6'6", you should be playing basketball,
it's like,
but like
man, you should be minding your own business. But you know what? I saw a tweet actually like what earlier today actually and I was like, oh, I gotta bring this up because it's the truth.
mm,
When we try to figure out where these mentalities come from and why so much of the population has adapted these mindsets, it's because they're taking advice from scammers, from trappers. They're taking this social media advice from women who are prostitutes, right? And they get on Twitter, they get on Instagram, they see all those lavish things. Oh my God, every month, every 2 weeks, she's in a freaking different country. Oh my God. Now, we see these things, right? But we're failing to forget the majority of these people that you see are partaking in illegal activity. Okay. So unless you got the balls for that, sir, or unless you the big dog ma'am and you selling that thing, okay, you cannot achieve what you see. You have a 9 to 5, just like I got a 9 to 5.
what
Okay.
what about the older men that be looking for these young girls? You feel me?
Now that
Just to throw all that bread and
now
everything,
that's just a part of the game.
and then when they get burnt out, you feel me? This is transactional. This
That
is
part
what it
though,
is.
that part is a part of the game. So like
Charge it.
you charge that because again, like you said, older dudes, right?
I'm
Because
just questioning it though. I'm asking.
most men don't really find their, let's say, financial success until they're in their 30s, 40s, 50s, so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
Right? That's what the stats say.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what women think, that's what the stats say. Right? So of course, a man who's been dedicated to his grind from 25 to 38, and now he really having his way in this world, of course he gonna go get him a little 26-year-old baddie.
Little
and,
Abby, I'm finna. Let's
and
go get
those
you a bag.
and in those cases, yeah, she doesn't have to do anything but exist, but also she gonna have to give up some of that nookie
Yeah.
when he want it.
Well, some of them don't even be looking for the nookie. Some of them actually just be alone. You feel
And
me?
they just want to drop that bag.
They just want to be around a pretty lady who know how to talk and make them feel confident.
And what percentage of these ladies are actually of that value? We can't all be something. Like we're all different.
Right.
So I think like the biggest disconnect is people are forgetting their individuality and they think that we are all on the same playing field. Just because we all exist in the same time, bro, we got different life, different experiences. Our expectations cannot all be the same.
Right.
They cannot. So that was just my little rant about that because I ain't gonna lie, man. It be getting me hot because it's like you come across. We've talked about this over the years.
Yeah.
This might be a little. People might not like when I say this. Oh man. So something that I've observed over these years, because I would say like yourself, myself, we're not average guys in the sense of we got access to beautiful ladies, very beautiful women.
Absolutely.
A lot of men do not.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout this time frame, I've experienced that the most beautiful women are often the most shallow. They seldom do I come across an angel of a woman physically, and she also carries that stature mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Very, very rarely have I come across that.
It's sad to say, but it's kind of odd that it is that way. But a lot of the times, these what did Lucky say? Stay away from ridiculously beautiful women.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Stay away from
That's the truth, bro.
But genuinely, man, like I feel like they are kind of like shallow. I don't know, or like they kind of hard to come by, or like
No, it's a lot of beautiful women out there.
no,
That part ain't hard.
absolutely. I feel all women are beautiful. You feel me? But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, dog. Those are those
All right,
beautiful women are
bro.
kind
And
of
now
shallow,
hold on,
though.
because you're contributing to the problem. No, bro. There's a reason. Like words mean things. Okay, beautiful has a meaning. Pretty has a meaning.
Okay,
Ugly has a meaning.
okay. All right.
Okay, you
I can't do it. I can't.
bro,
I
you
feel
can't,
like an asshole.
no, because going, bro,
Leave it. Hey.
leave that to her girlfriends.
Okay.
Let her girlfriends hype her up in the comments. Let her girlfriends make her inflate her ego. Me,
You go say it.
I'm not gonna call you that, but I'm also not gonna. Oh shit! But I'm also not gonna make you think you already live in a certain state of delusion.
All right.
Okay, which is okay because we all have to be a little bit delusional to achieve what we want, right? But reality still has a factor. In the reality is you're not attractive, but Instagram, Twitter, whatever tells you you a bad bitch. No matter what no man can say to you, and you hot shit. And if a man doesn't think so, then he hates women.
Okay. Do you think men typically make it easier to like say like, yeah, I'm an ugly nigga, or
Yeah,
I'm
bro,
an
because
ugly guy,
a man
I'm a fat
knows,
guy.
bro, because like the harsh reality is boys are given the truth far before girls are given the truth. When you're a little boy, your dad lets you know, son, get your ass out here and cut this grass. You need to get dirty.
Yeah.
You know that. So you know from a young age that this world is really not pretty, and you know how the world feels about you. If you in class and you the little ugly boy, we clowning you. You the little ugly boy with the ashy knees.
But you didn't brush your teeth yesterday.
you,
We still see the yellow
you
crown
feel what
and
I'm saying? Like you getting clown. Girls, and rightfully so, they do get that softer touch.
okay.
But then there comes that time where you have to grow up,
Right.
right? Where you have to mature your mentality from, okay, I'm the 16-year-old girl. My daddy says I'm the princess and I can have anything in the world. Now you're 27 with 2 kids. Okay. That's not your reality anymore. So what I need you to do is come to terms. So let's say you don't have 2 kids, but you're 27, several failed relationships. Okay. You don't necessarily know what you want to do with your life yet.
Mm.
You don't, you just, there's so much of the unknown, but then you expect for the man that maybe has an attraction to you, he needs to be put together. He needs to be able to do what I need him to do for me. Fuck what he do for himself. He need to be able to do it for me. If he want me, this is what he gotta do for me.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I think that I personally, I'm not gonna prop up no BS.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I dig what you're saying.
You feel me? So I just went off on a little tangent there.
But I'm just
It
saying,
need to be
bro.
said.
There's two ways of it all. How I took it, you gonna find that woman that genuinely is able to dish out love, understand what it's like to love a man, and what makes a man feel confident in the relationship or whatever the case is. Then you got the women that are not very much like wanting to deal with love, but they are very much transactional. And
Mm-hmm.
if they're not getting what they're getting, they have enough for them to see like, I want to seek out more. I feel like,
So
we're
how
not
can
doing
we? Okay, so and let's get to the point of it, the real point, because we could chat all day, right? But
it. Mm-hmm.
what can we do as a community, like, because it's man and woman on this earth, and we're made to coexist together. We're made to create this world together. So if we're at such so far of a disconnect in terms of who we are actually meant to be to one another, how can we expect for the future to be anything good?
I say continue being yourself because you'll never know what love will accept you.
Mm.
You feel me? A lot of the times, I I'm gonna speak for myself, but or maybe with certain experiences, seeing others, they give out what they think their partner or their friends want,
Mm.
and then when you don't show up all the time doing that particular thing or whatever it is, you're not that person no more. You're
Mm.
very like disposable. You're very like looked or frowned upon. Cause like, what is this? This is not you. You weren't doing this before.
Mm-hmm,
You feel
mm-hmm,
me?
mm-hmm.
And
I like that. I like what you just said with that. That's super facts. Were you about to say?
no, I had certain
Because
people.
everything you're saying is just making me like put like puzzles together. But it's like that exactly right. What friends expect, what people
Yes,
expect,
yes.
right? Oh, this is your man.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So I expect for you to be posted on Instagram at nice restaurants. I expect for you to be posting your vacation trip. I expect for you to be posting the 15 dozen roses he just got you every single week for the past 52 weeks of the year, right? Those expectations from the outside world kills relationships. Comparison is the thief of joy. Okay. And I think another thing is, you said this earlier, time.
Yes.
Love is a discipline. Discipline can only be built with time.
Like, are you really willing to stick with me through time in this life?
Mm,
Like, we're gonna be going through a whole lot of shit, but just know I love you immensely and I want to be with you. Only person, you feel me? I want to go through war with you. You feel me?
mm.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be the one to take that bullet. I'm gonna be the one to step in front of that bus. Just stick with me, like ride with me.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly. Stick with me. It's not only stick with me, but still maintaining your openness. Right?
Yes,
Not it's not
yes.
like
The vulnerability and
we're gonna
stuff
be
like that.
here, we're gonna be here, we're gonna be back up here and back up here and in between, because that's literally what life is.
Mm,
Whether you're in a relationship with me, whether you're just by yourself,
mm,
your life is gonna ebb and flow.
right.
It's gonna peak and it's gonna go down into the valley.
Absolutely.
So I think we just gotta make that decision to just like commit,
Yeah.
commit to building that discipline, but also commit to building that discipline with each other, not with the world.
God.
God.
Bring God in the relationship, because that's the thing. We don't pray together. We don't do all those things together. We don't apply like those. I'm just saying, like, I just feel like a lot of people just be really out here lost souls. You feel me? And don't really connect deeper on the. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Where they have the same conscience and things of such. But yeah.
So if Bobby Love had to give his tips for, let's say, for the ladies, like, hey, ladies, these are some of the tips that I think you should practice in your life if you not only just want a man, but if you want a man that loves you, that cares for you, and then that's really wanting to build a fruitful life with you.
Mm.
What are the tips that you would give her for how she should be?
Again, what I said earlier, continuing to be yourself, because that man sees that one thing, he gonna be like, like, why my lady acting like that? Be yourself. That's what these men need. Also, too, be mindful. A man is always gonna think about his lady, but is his lady always thinking about, like, potentially if he's okay? Like, you feel me? Just be mindful. Ask those questions. Like, give that back rub occasionally. When he come through that door after a long ass shift or whatever the case is, like, just be mindful. Also, I don't know. I feel like people also don't find the experience of like going outside. And when I say outside, I'm not talking about the clubs, the bars, and all
Mm-hmm.
that. Go out and find something that like strikes you too. Whether it's like going in a thrift shop or going to take an art class together and really having full on conversations that you guys, because you know when your friends come in to each other and like you guys are trying to learn each other, you guys are just bringing out experiences or just like things that like made you, of course, keep that in the relationship too, because you guys are growing together. You guys go through different situations where like you guys aren't together in those moments, and you know you got to work through those things alone. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? So bringing that into the relationship, it just that communication thing, that's more so what I was trying to say. Like, just
So what would you say to the ladies that say, oh well, Lewis, I go when I work 40 hours a week too. Oh, Lewis, I'm
yeah.
tired too. I want my back rubbed too. Why should I be more worried about making sure he's straight than myself?
See, that's the thing. That man also has to be mindful too, dog. Like, I'm not saying it's a full time thing. It's a commitment. It's not about like competing with each other on like who's making sure who's
Say that
good or
again. It's not about what?
it's not about competition. Not about competition. Not about competition. Not about competition. Be at that like level with each other because you guys respect each other. You guys love each other. Feel me? It don't need to be more than that. Like, stop competing with me just because I tell you such and such. It's because I'm telling you. It's my moment to let you know. Don't come to me about, oh well, I did this and this and that. now we're here. We're back here. Now it's you
Yeah,
go
now I'm comparing what I'm doing every day versus what you're doing
it's
every day.
hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's super hard to bite your tongue in those moments, but sometimes you just have to realize like if that person ain't satisfied with certain things, then you going to be even more like damn, like what am I doing wrong and this and that. You're only going to think about those things instead of solutions.
Let me. What's your take on men dating women that might be more financially stable than he is?
Not every woman up for that, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you because most of these women, not all, but either way, still have the view of a man being a provider in some sort of way and not making excuses. No, it don't. It don't matter. See, if he's keeping himself busy and he has dreams that he's like seeking out and making it happen, that's a different story. I'm very sure there's a woman out there that definitely is dealing with something like that, but believes in what he believes in because they see it too. You
Mm.
feel me? But in other cases, there's a lot of men that's just out here driving their ladies whip, just riding around like bullshitting around, meeting up with their homies and shit while they lady at work busting her ass, and
Yeah.
then not even a meal to come home to. You can't be doing shit like that.
So
That's just
it's definitely two sides.
absolutely.
It's definitely two sides. But I think at the end of the day, it does come to, like you said, that understanding. Like, I have to be able to give what you need. You also need to be able to give what I need, but they also need to be within the bounds of realistic expectation.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
And do you think this is my question?
Hmm.
Do you think like opinions of the outside play a part into relationships?
Oh, of course. I mean, listen, like, it's these days, it's hard for it not to, um, because we live in an age where everybody posts their life.
Mm,
That's something for me personally. Me personally, I don't record nothing. I could be at a concert, I could be with friends, family, whatever it may be. You won't see me pull my phone out not once,
mm,
not never. Right? I got so many great experiences that I've had that I have no like way to pull it up and see it
mm.
because I just live in it.
Facts.
So for me, something that's important for me is like, let's live our life for us. I'm not living for the gram. I'm
Yeah.
not like, yo, this is just a personal thing. Obviously, you're gonna let the lady do it just cause, but yo, when we go out to eat, bruh, when that food touch the table, listen, baby,
We try to
yo,
get to it,
we trying to
baby.
get to it, bro. I don't care about, oh my God, I gotta rearrange the place like this because it will look so good for Instagram. Yo, I don't give a damn. I'm trying to eat.
She want to remember. Yeah, my baby bought me
But
this.
of course, little things like that. Like, it's
Yeah,
annoying, but you let her do it,
yeah, because
right?
it's whatever makes her happy. I think you got to be honest with yourself, bro. Like a lot of the times when you're doing something for your lady is because like you just can't wait to see her like smile and feel like that.
100%. Like, yo, like, bro, listen. All I Me in a relationship, me personally, like, I'm kissing your feet.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what
I'm gonna
you?
need all them kisses, baby.
Yeah, come on,
I
yeah,
give it
for
to
real,
you.
for real. You are my queen because I made the decision to make you that. Like, you feel me? That's not something I don't take that lightly.
Yeah,
I don't just be doing like,
nah.
yeah, I might,
We
send a
coming with
little.
intentions,
I,
big buck.
I might send a little DM here and there. I might flirt a little bit like
Yeah.
this, like that. You
Oh
feel
yeah,
me?
yeah,
But
yeah.
if I make the decision, like, yo, like, you my girl, bro, like, there ain't, there's nothing else more important to me than building and securing our future,
Mm.
our future,
Not yours, not
not
just
not
hers,
hers, not
ours.
mine, ours. And as long as we both have that mentality, there's no reason why we cannot achieve whatever we want to achieve. So if we're not achieving that, that means that there is a disconnect somewhere in our mentalities.
Mm.
Typically, this is my opinion, in my own experiences.
It always goes back to, well, not always, but just from what we started this conversation off. That's what I seen with my parents, bro.
Mm,
That just the ups and downs. They took the time to learn each other. They took the time to work and put it in. You feel me? Like love is just not like something that you just have a feeling. Yeah, is a great portion, of course, because you're attracted to that person in so many ways as of how they operate in life, how they look, and all those other things. But like I said, you just got to stay true to yourself, and as you're growing, show it.
mm.
Because if you're not, you're never knowing if you're accepted by that person. Don't be that like shocker type just because you feel me?
For sure. So I would say like for me, just kind of to close it out, like what I would just say about it, about the topic of mainly like romantic love
Mm,
is I think we just gotta, with everything, we have to give each other grace out here. Like we live in a time right now where it's like people don't feel like they should give other people grace.
mm,
Like and it's the craziest thing to me because there is not a single one of us out here that got life figured out. Not a single one of us. Everybody is going through their different versions of the same struggle.
absolutely.
So it's insane to me when I see like folks just not giving each other grace, especially in a romantic space, because a romantic space is supposed to be the space where I got you and you got me forever, ever, and ever and ever. So
Safe.
that's the space, that's the safest space that there should be. And it seems like, you know, these days, we're just not giving each other grace, man. We have these high expectations, and if they're not met within a certain time frame, then it's off it on to the next. And I would want people to ask themselves, what type of world do you see for us in 30, 40 years from now
Mm,
if we keep at this type of a combative type of a pace between man and woman?
chaos.
Even more chaos than we got
Envy.
right now, right?
Yeah.
Like, and this is not no shot or nothing, but what's the difference in a single 50-year-old man versus a single 50-year-old woman?
Mm. Well, it also depends because like it depends on where they're at in their life too. You feel me? Because like a 50-year-old woman or 51-year-old woman, like it's either they're just a gardener and they like being home and stuff, or she's a woman that's just out there. You know, she's gonna go on that cruise, she's gonna go on that trip,
Mm,
or she's gonna go do something. And you know, you got your grandmas that's just abuela, you know,
hmm
just
hmm
at home, you know, just taking care of the grandkids or whatever the case is. And then you got the 50-year-old men that just, you know, probably still working the job or like doing
Yeah.
young
So
stuff.
what I was getting at is like the way society looks at men and women now in your 20s, right? If you were to reach the age of 50 as a man and still be a single man,
Mm.
some people may frown upon it. They may say like, "Oh, you know, whatever, whatever. You probably got a kid or two out there,
Old
maybe
and
not married."
lonely.
But as a man, like, no one's expecting you to honestly like be with anyone. Like as a man, you kind of are alone. So that's kind of just what the expectation is. If you're a 50-year-old woman and you're alone, typically, in my opinion, people might look at you and say, "Well, damn, girl, was you at least married? You got
What was
kids?
your problem?
Yeah, like what was your problem? Like, how are you 50 years old and you know you don't got a man that's woo woo?" So I feel like the way society's trending right now is we gonna have a whole lot of lonely 50-year-old women, a whole lot of them, and there's gonna be a whole lot of 50-year-old men that got 35-year-old wives. You feel me?
And that goes back to what I was talking about earlier, because not all the time are these men like just like paying out these young girls' lives. Sometimes they actually do connect with like
Yeah,
a
I
young
mean,
lady,
yo, if I had
bruh.
an option, yo, if my ball's still working, if my ball's still working at 50 years old, let's just say I happen to be single, God forbid, Jesus. But let's just say, right?
Black
Yo,
seed oil, fellas.
I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna find the most gorgeous 30-year-old woman with 2 degrees that I possibly can and no kids. And
Mm,
I'm gonna say, yo, check this out. I know I'm 50, right? I look 40,
yeah,
38. I'm very well established.
yeah,
Let's build a life together. Chances are she might go for that.
right.
But if your 50-year-old ass, Miss Lady, ovaries not working no more, the looks have faded, the wrinkles are there, the hair is grayed.
Oh, is there? Is there?
Let's be for real. What man looking at that and thinking, "Oh yeah, this is what I've been waiting my whole life for. I've been waiting forever for this." There ain't nobody out there like that.
Yeah.
Maybe you
I've,
get a just oh
it's
shit, that's twice. Fuck.
it's a rare case. It's
Maybe
a
you get
rare
a
occasion.
75-year-old dude, maybe if you trying to do all that. But the point I'm making is like today is going to be reflected 20 years from now,
Mm,
right? So like if you don't want to be a lonely 50-year-old cat lady who can't find a man and who's bitter at the world, because you will become bitter if you're not already. If you don't want to be that, get real about the society and the world and the reality that you live in. Get real And if you actually care about love, if you actually care about LOVE, get real and find it, because more than likely the love is seeking you.
Mm,
The only reason that you don't have it is because you're probably resisting it. That's why.
blocking the
You
blessings.
blocking your blessings by being a lot of things. All right. But I think that's cool for me, man. I could end it here. I think it was a pretty cool conversation. We just chopping it up as two guys on the sofa, nice and cozy.
Yeah.
Bobby, you got Bobby Love, you got anything, you want to share for the people in general?
Um, be yourself, man. Give grace and live life probably in the best, truest way. Like, don't be out here living in other people's expectations. Dish out love too, because that's part of life as well. There's a good feeling with that. Like, you don't have to be like everybody else. Love don't necessarily always get you killed. It's about how you apply yourself. You
Mm,
feel me?
for sure.
So that's
Yeah,
my
man.
take on it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to watch this back, because we was just
Yeah.
yapping. I
I
don't
ain't gonna
even.
lie. Thank you for having me too, man. We gotta
Yeah, dude.
definitely do this more.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. All right. Well, that's it. Cozy Couch Conversations, Zaven, Bobby Love. Oh, wow. This is actually last episode of what is it, volume one? Cozy Couch Conversations.
Mm.
So this is the last episode of volume one. I got some cool ideas for volume two. Just in terms of how I might switch some things up, make it a little bit more enjoyable or entertaining for you guys as well. And even for me, I kind of want to tap into a different bag. It's cool to talk to my friends and stuff like this, but I feel like there's other ways to bring value to the platform and to the viewers as well. So we're
Mm.
gonna, yeah, just be on the lookout for that. 7 episodes in, all 7 on YouTube. There are several shorts on YouTube, several reels on Instagram. I haven't posted as consistently or as frequently as I will be now. So you guys, if you haven't got enough of me, believe me, when I say I'm gonna up my posting, I'm talking about like every day,
All the way up.
all the way up, literally every fucking day. So please tune in. If you do, people have been reaching out to me. Oh, very important. Yo, listen, approach is everything, right? Like, I've had people DM me over these past 2 months, and some people DM me on some like, yo, put me on your show.
Mm.
Yeah, like I'm talking like bar for bar. Don't even say like, hey, how you doing? Yo, I like what you got going on. People literally swiping up and DMing me, you need to put me on your show. Yo,
Well, why, sir?
I mean, it's not even why. It's more so just like, where's that entitlement coming from, where like you feel as though you could just tell me to do something? I'm a
Mm.
cool dude, bro. Like, you could just hit me up and be like, yo, I really like what you got going on. Do you think there's space for me to possibly join? And we could talk about it, which I have had some people ask me that, and I've had conversations with them about it. But like, guys,
Show love, man.
yeah, for real, man.
Show
Like,
love.
show love. Do everything with love, bro. Not about me, 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 me. Not about me, but about us, about the community. All right.
Let's do it.
So this is Cozy Couch Conversations, Volume 1, Episode 7, signing off. I will see y'all in Volume 2. Peace.
Love.